everyone, welcome back to another video on the rest of the space and to another edition of Raw out of 10. And it's a big show today because of course it is the first Monday Night Raw since the Royal Rumble, and as we know, a lot went down there. We're going to hear from the two Royal Rumble winners on this week's show, and obviously the Bloodline implosion didn't get too much from that, but you know, still lots of fallout from the event, so let's get straight into it. And Cody Rhodes kicked off the show this week and got a big reaction from the crowd. Obviously he reminisced about his life and career getting so far before talking about going after the Bloodline. Rhodes said that in 62 days he would dethrone Roman Reigns, but he was interrupted by the Judgment Day. Balor accused Cody of ruining his Royal Rumble, and Priest said that he was handed the number 30 position. Dom made fun of Cody's dad, and the latter challenged them to a match tonight. Edge ran out and attacked the Judgment Day, and Cody joined him as Raw moved on. And yeah, set up a Cody Balor main event, which, as you can guess, was an absolute banger as well, and great promo by Cody, kind of the promo we're used to, but I'm just so happy he's back and continuing the Edge Judgment Day feud ahead of a possible Edge Balor Hell in a Cell match. So yeah, good start to Raw. But then it's time for Chad Gable versus Seth Rollins in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Gable had the upper hand early on and sent Rollins outside before getting a senton off the apron. Back in the ring, Rollins got a buckle bomb, hitting the Falcon Arrow for a near fall. Rollins then kicked out of a DDT before blocking a German suplex. Gable got the ankle lock off a counter, but Rollins got out of it and got the pedigree with an injured knee before picking up the W. And Jack gets 7 out of 10 from me. Good win for Rollins. Gable, yeah, really good match from him, showing how good he is again. But Seth Rollins putting in another really solid performance. And Rollins, I think we all expect him to go through here. But yeah, he did it in a really good match. And Jen, looking forward to seeing Rollins as part of the chamber. But it's then time for Candice LeRae versus Io Sky. Yeah, to be honest, I came into this match with not much expectations. I thought just because thinking out the Rumble, that's all we're having it for, just kind of felt a bit meaningless, but it turned out to be a decent match. LeRae was sent outside with a dropkick before Sky hit a big dive on her. Candice recovered and hit a springboard move off her own, taking Io out at ringside. Io dropped LeRae on the apron before getting a double knee strike in the corner. LeRae got a big suplex off a near fall before getting a poison rana off a counter. Io got the moonsault, but LeRae got a kneeser. Candice went for a code breaker in the pin, but Bayley and Kai distracted the ref. Io came out with a sunset flip for the distraction of the win. So yeah, damage control kind of helping her get the win. But yeah, like I say, it definitely exceeded my expectations. But on the whole, gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Would like to see Mitch and support Candice a bit more, to be honest. Yeah, she kind of seemed a bit pointless in this, but damage control kind of putting themselves over here. So no issues, but 6 out of 10. The winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, Rhea Ripley, was out next and recalled the time Charlotte beat her at WrestleMania a few years ago, and now it was time for her to put Flair in her place. Ripley challenged Charlotte to a title match at WrestleMania and hoped to dethrone the SmackDown Women's Champion. And yeah, I have to admit I was surprised by this. I thought for sure we'd be going for a Ripley-Bianca title match at WrestleMania, but you know, Ripley-Charlotte, they've had matches before, and it could be kind of like Rhea's crowning glory. So yeah, no issue with it. It's going to be a great match. And yeah, looking forward to the build, which is going to be good. But yeah, surprising. But it's then time for Baron Corbin versus Johnny Gargano. Corbin was in control early on and got a big boot and some strikes before the match went outside, and Gargano took a chokeslam on the barricades. Gargano got a big spear but failed to get the pin. No, Corbin took a super kick and came back with a clothesline before getting the deep six for a near fall. JBL tried to interfere, but Dexter Lumis thrusted him with an axe and stabbed his hat with the object. In the ring, Gargano dodged the end of days and got a roll up for the W. And Joe, this gets 7 out of 10 from me. Kind of doing like a down your luck gimmick for Corbin at the moment, which is fine. But yeah, I'm just pleased that Gargano got the win here, to be honest. Yeah, kind of felt like a big win he needed. Return to in-ring action after a few weeks away, and him part of the chamber is going to be great. That's setting up to be a really good match. So yeah, good stuff, 7 out of 10. The VIP lounge, with MVP was back, and a guest was Theory. The US champ came out and instantly wanted to change the name of the show to Austin Theory Live. The crowd booed him before they moved on to the topic of Bobby Lashley. MVP said Lashley could beat Theory, but the champ disagreed. Theory brought up the fact that Lashley had Brock Lesnar to worry about before Bobby Lashley walked out. Lashley chased after Theory and took him out before doing the same to MVP. Theory fled the ring and yelled back that Lashley was in the past and he was the future before heading backstage. So yeah, it seems like they're continuing that. I wonder if Lashley might get added to the chamber, but yeah, it seems like any potential Hurt Business reunion is a while off. I guess it's all tie-in story and eventually probably will happen, but yeah, good stuff. Lashley still wants the US title, which to be honest I would have thought he'd have moved on now, especially with the Brock Lesnar match incoming, but there we go, we'll have to see where it goes. Next up on Raw, The Miz was taking on Rick Boogs, who returned for the first time since WrestleMania, I believe. That was a nice surprise. The Miz was out and he was complaining about being the first man eliminated in the Rumble. He said he deserved better, and Adam Pearce came out and said he had an opponent for him, and of course it was Rick Boogs. The Miz said he was in a suit, and Pearce called the match anyway. Miz tried to run away, but Boogs caught him with a big slam and deadlifted the A-lister before taking him down for the pin. Good win, and fun to see Rick Boogs back. I really enjoyed him in his first run. So yeah, 7 out of 10 from me. Miz continuing his gimmick that we've seen for the last however long with the Miz. But yeah, just where's Shinsuke Nakamura? We need Shinsuke and Rick back together because they were so over. Hence getting the tag team title shot at WrestleMania last year, I guess. But yeah, good stuff. 7 out of 10. Bayley was out next on Raw and she was quickly interrupted by Becky Lynch. Bayley said that Becky was overrated and that she wasn't good enough for the title before taking a shot at her marriage. Bayley asked for a steel cage match again, and Bayley said no before Lynch dragged Dakota Kai by the hair and was about to tackle with a steel chair before Bayley accepted the match to save her teammate. And hopefully there'll be no time cuts on next week's Raw, and we're going to get a proper good steel cage match between these two because it's what we deserve. So yeah, good stuff. Chelsea Green was backstage on Raw and demands a private locker room, special water and Swiss cheese. So yeah, I think it's part of the Karen gimmick that we saw, and obviously led to Chelsea Green's bad exit in the Rumble. But yeah, I'm kind of intrigued to see where it goes, to be honest. Bronson Reed then took on Dolph Ziggler in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Reed got an early takedown before tossing Ziggler around the ring. Ziggler got a big DDT in a zigzag, but Reed kicked out, got a big powerbomb and came back with a tsunami and picked up the quick win. I get 6 out of 10 from me. Good dominant win for Bronson Reed here. To qualify for the Elimination Chamber match, and yeah, I'm pleased with that. Hopefully Bronson Reed gets pushed because we know how good he can be, and yeah, looking forward to seeing him tear out with some of the best on the roster. But it's then time for the main event. But before that, Carmella was back and Asuka came out and creaked her out with blue mist in her mouth, and yeah, loving this new gimmick of Asuka, and yeah, kind of intrigued to see where it goes, to be honest. But anyway, Cody Rhodes is taking on Finn Balor in the main event. Rhodes started off strong, hit a stalling vertical suplex early on before we headed for a break. Back on Raw, Balor went after the surgically recurred pec and took Cody down for a near fall. Cody sent Balor outside and hit a dive before Priest and Dom interfered, but got sent over the announcer's desk. Back in the ring, Balor blocked Cody Cutter before Cody got a suplex. Balor took the Cody Cutter but kicked out before sending Rhodes outside. Priest and Dom cornered Cody, but Edge came out and attacked the duo. Dom took a spear before Ripley attacked Edge, causing Beth Phoenix to come out and hit a spear before Finn got the double stomp and went up top, but Edge ran a distraction, leading to Cody countering the coup de grace and hitting 3 crossroads back to back to back and to pick up the win. And Jet gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Love this. Good main event. Cody back in action, having banger matches already. Of course, it was going to be with Finn Balor. So yeah, that was great stuff. And yeah, the Edge stuff as well. We're finally leading into that program again, which is good. So yeah, on the whole, gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Great stuff. Overall, Raw this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I thought it was a good episode of Raw this week, I have to say. The main event was really good. All the stuff for Cody was good. Surprise announcements from Rhea, but definitely interested to see where it goes. So yeah, on the whole, gets 7 out of 10 from me. Really enjoyable Raw, and we're already laying the seeds for WrestleMania already, which is going to be a banger. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, let us know what's comments down below. Follow us on the show for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.